place on the planet, Finland. And you could be here. Or you. Come, only freedom can make a black man happy. Only freedom can make a jump up now. Only freedom can make a black man happy. Only freedom can make a black man
jump up now. How are you, Luke? I just got back. I sent you a message on WhatsApp. Like I said, it's the little fella's birthday tomorrow. He's born. Madness, isn't it? I just come from my mother's, Luke. And the techniques are still... Nice one, bro. Like I said, I went down this morning, you know, because the little fella is one tomorrow, you know, and I wanted him to go down to his nan's, you know. Like, I want him to know that was his nanny's house, you know. And it'll always be, you know, it's like I was down there, I'm not gonna lie, I got a bit upset, you know, because my ma's not here to see him, but she is, I know she sees him. Well, you give me that little push, in all fairness. Hey, Max. You know, you were right about nearly everything you said, and it's like you had the bollocks to say it to me, and it hurt me because you're my pal. And I'm not afraid to admit that. You know, I was so out of order, you know, and so reckless, and when I'm in the wrong, I'll hold my hands up. You know, you have to. You know. But like I said, I was down the garden of my ma's. Tomorrow, honey. So, I just brought him down to see his uncles, you know. Guys, see if you're not sub to Dubliners channel, can you go do it? I know he'll probably say that he's not asked about it, but he's one of my mods. Yeah, if you're not sub to Dubliners channel, like I said, me and Luke, we had a little bit of a disagreement, and I was in the wrong for a lot of things I said, so I apologised, and as a man, he forgave me, so we're good now, so he gave me a kick in the arse, don't he? You see, music has never been part of my assembly, never been part of me setup. When I used to have Fighting Back United, I didn't really play that much music, but now, it's come back. And it won't go away. In my head, I can just hear that. You made me focus a bit more. I'll give you that. And then I stopped doing panels. Without saying anybody's name, a few people let me down, Luke. And I didn't get no apology. You know. But it doesn't matter, you see, because every 28 days, I'm going to help 3 channels. Hey, apart. No one on YouTube is going to make you shorts, make you videos to help you grow your channel, whereas I will. Shout out to the other 49 channels monetized in their circle. You can call me all the fucking names you want, but here, I bet you won't forfeit your monthly membership fee, will you? To prove to your fucking audience and your mods and your members that you actually give a fuck. Hey, I bet you won't give it up, will you? Stop charging people for a month and share that fucking channel. How do you think they're gonna grow? You see that fan? How do you think I got 2,500 subs in a year and here? Everything I say can back up. Now, if I can get 2,000 subs in a year, watch, Finn's flying. Like, I had to look for somebody to carry a torch for the Irish community, and I believe that person is Finn. I totally believe that. In my heart and in my soul. Not far from 200 subs. Finn's channel has got nearly 80 subs in the last 10 days. 80 subs. My ways work. You see, all these channels on YouTube, they won't share your channel unless you pay them to do it. Keep it. Told you, send me a prop from my studio. And your channel, I will do you. No problem. This is a team effort. So, calling all mods. Finn's not far off 200. Raymond's not far off his 400. And Lena is not far off her 400 now. So, Lena is Scottish Protestant. She's like my little sister because she was my first member of the channel. Lena was the very first member of STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER, and guess what? My channel wasn't even monetized. And she started paying membership, which was £2 a month, which is nothing to learn. Listen, I can help your channel. I can get you 1,000 subs in a year. Do you not believe me? Alright. I share your channel every day. I do a live. Every evening I do a live. Your subs are going to go up. You know why? Because I get along with everybody on YouTube, right? Jude stays out of all the drama. And just like a little submarine, we'll use it all tearing each other to bits. You're only on 995. That's going to be a fucking problem, Pat. Ex-heroin addict. Yeah, no one believes in your wife when her fanny's been kissed more times than the Blarney Stone. Get the fuck out of here, you little midget. Like I said, nobody gives a fuck about you on YouTube, but I care about my mods, especially the ones that are affected by the same disease that has affected me all my life, being mental health illness. I'm a survivor, a suicide. Yeah, on a few of the channels who I'm sharing, guess what? They tried to kill themselves as well. And guess what I did? I stopped that. I intervened. I helped them. You see, this is much bigger than me. This is much bigger than a channel. You see, this has always been about principle. Now, I've screenshots of how much I made off YouTube in the last 8 months. Every month, 0, 0, 0, 0. I'll post it. Go look at me community post. Oh yeah, another thing. If you're not sub to Lena's channel, Chick, go check our community page out, thank you. If you're not sub to Raymond Got Manners, can you go and sub to his channel? Because him and Lena have one thing in common. And it's suicide survival. And because of that now, they have their own little fucking channel. Lena has a great community page. She's a good fucking person with a good fucking heart. And I'd be a fucking cunt if I charged Lena. You don't charge family and friends. So that's why I terminated my membership fee, to prove to YouTube that I'm the only one in their circle that gives a fuck. And I don't make a penny off it. You see, that's where the difference is between me and half of these gobshites. Even if you're a member of their channel, they won't give your channel a shout out. Hey, every 28 days here, as long as I live, every 28 days, I'm going to share 3 people's channels, and I guarantee you, I'll get you more subs my way than any channel on here you're paying membership to. Because all you get is a shout out and your name highlighted in the chat. Right, let's have a right. Let's call a spade a spade. You know, principle to me is better and more important than money. It's all about your fundamentals, right? And I have a few fundamentals according to me doctor. Now, I believe in Finn's channel, Lena's channel and Raymond's channel. And Lena is Scottish Protestant. She's my little sister, and if you're rude to her, you'll get an arrow in your fucking neck, rude boy. Right? Let's have a right. We run no joke thing in 0161 done. I've been here 30 years. I used to answer to dons. Not on the dons, real world dons. Family and friends, man, that couldn't walk away from the life I did. I walked away from a portfolio lifestyle because of my friends and family. But I didn't want my kids to have anything to do with it. So I made the decision when I got out of jail at 21 that I'd never go back to prison. You know, it's not about me now. I have a son, you see. And my son come to see me in prison and got dragged down my arms. And I went back to my cell about 4 hours later because I ended up hitting one of the screws and he fucking beat the shit out of me. Even when the governor said to me, "Here, what happened to your face? What happened to yours? Jude, I'm not in the mood for this. What happened to you? What happened to your face? Did any of my staff attack you?" Nope. Then why have you got 13 stitches in your head, a black eye, a couple of teeth missing? I fell off me rack, boss. Jude, your rack is like 2 feet off the ground. So you're telling me you rolled out of bed, banged your head, smashed your head at the back, and you're telling me none of my staff hit you? I said, yeah. What happened to your face? I'm going to ask you again. What happened to yours? Get him out of here. So when I was in my cell, I prayed to God. I said, God, there's people in the jail trying to kill me. I've been told I'll never see my son again. And a shot caller from Dublin took my fucking child's photograph off me, snatched it out of my hand. But he was surrounded by loads of bousies, otherwise he'd have gotten a punch in the fucking face. But instead, he said to me, "See you see him. Do you know what he did in front of me?" I'm telling you now, mate, you're fucking dead. Do you know what he did in front of me? Do something. Hey, I'm ripping your child's photograph. Do something about it. Do something when you're fucking surrounded by 5 of your mates. I'm like an elephant. I don't forget a thing. Well, I do forget a lot of things, but I don't forget people who've hurt me. And anyone who said you're not afraid when you go to prison, you're a lying cunt. When I went to jail, I thought I was a tough kid, and I realised, here, once I got on that landing, I was no tough guy. In fact, I was shook, a shook bitch. How about that? I was in Bandit country. The jail I was in, 95% of them wanted me dead. And a few of them were given a job to mark me card. And they made the balls of it. They sent the 3 studios. Or the 3 studios. But my point being, listen, I walked away from a life where I used to sell drugs. I used to take a lot of drugs, being heroin and cocaine. But back then it was just heroin, you know. But anybody who thinks they're a good person when they're locked up in prison for drugs and a weapon is a cunt. You know what I had in my home where my little boy was. Right? I don't need to say anything. My mates know. It's like I was a bad person when I was in my 20s. What? Right? That's all I'm going to say. I wasn't a good person. Good people don't sell drugs and allegedly shoot people. Fucking idiots do shit like that. You know, I always wanted to be one of the lads, and I was going to do whatever it took, whether it mean being a crash test dummy or a fucking crash test dummy. Do you understand? I was manipulated easy because I wanted to be like me mates who had nicknames that everybody knew. And I always wanted to be one of them. And when you have my family here, my mother's side of the family, not all of them, but allegedly some of them aren't law-abiding, and that's on them. But shout out to the people in my family that actually work for a living. Yeah. Shout out to my cousin Trevor. Anyway, so tomorrow is Thomas's first birthday, okay? Hang on, give me a second. Right. So anyway, I'm in jail. This geezer rips me child's photo in front of me and he said, you won't see your son again. I went back to my cell and I got sick because of what he told me he was going to do to me. I went back to my cell, I got sick. I was shitting myself, anticipating how creative these guys are on ways of hurting me. Listen, you can stab me, shoot me. As long as you don't fuck with me eyesight, I don't care. I'd sooner be shot than lose me eyesight. And that's the truth, because here, I put a gun to my own head if I was blind. I want to see me children grow. I want to see me grandson grow. It's like, you know, and it's like when you have the mates that I used to have, unless you get out of that area, you're a product of your environment and everybody wants to be a tough guy. And I come from a land where you get executed. You know, have you ever seen anyone being shot? Have you ever witnessed anybody being stabbed to death and dying in your arms? I have. Send it. Pa, they sent the 3 Stooges to hurt me. One of the biggest families in Dublin, allegedly. They sent 3 Stooges to do me in. And you know what? Pa, I was compromised because I'm going back with my tray. And as I'm putting my fucking tray down, bro, in my little mirror on the wall, there was 3 infidels outside my cell. One of them tried to throw a bucket of water at me, right? He managed to get me a little bit, not much, but he hit the wall and I come back on him. If this fella had gotten hold of me like that, it was done. The geezer was about 20 odd stone. At the time, I was 10 stone. A fucking addict. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like that, he'd have hurt me, right? So I prayed to him. You see, he didn't get everything. I still had a little photograph of him, you know, and my son's photograph was ripped. So I prayed to him. I said, please, Padre Pio, if you get me out of this situation with me eyesight, even if they blind one of me eyes, God give me a spare one. If you get me out of this jail, I will dedicate my life to my son to get him to college and to uni. And I don't make promises I can't keep, motherfucker. Hey, here's how I am. I have them on my shoulder. I've got him on my shoulder, who was one of the best soldiers. See him? Now, he'd take a bullet from me. Right, now, anybody who glorifies Dublin gangland and all that shit, listen to me, I used to think like that. And a wise man told me, Jewett, that's Neanderthal behaviour. And this in Luke, oh, there you go. Yeah, Luke fucking, see, this is what I'm saying. Luke learned me a lot of shit, you know, and he's younger than me. And we had several conversations, myself and Luke, about Neanderthal behaviour. You know, it's like you're a product of your environment. And what I learned was I had to get away from all my friends and then look at it from a different perspective. And in hindsight, Luke knows my family. His mammy knew my mammy. Spencer's mammy knew my mammy and probably knew Luke's mammy. Yowzer's mammy and my mammy knew each other. Gibbo's ma and my ma knew each other. Bert's ma and my ma knew each other. All the O'Driscolls knew me ma and they knew her and she knew them. All the Dunns, Kershaws, Moonies, Lionses, Farrells. You know, doesn't matter. I know them. Some of them are my family. and friends, and we carry ourselves a certain way. And if I come on here telling you, guess what I used to do? It wasn't me that told you fuck all about myself. It was PD, and then he admitted it. He said, bro, I was told loads of lies. Because I went to Ballyfermot. He didn't just come to Ballyfermot. He fucking come to Manchester. And I always said, you know what? I used to fantasize about him stood in front, right in front of me, like that. Hey, you are laid out. And he come and met me. And we had coffee together. And I looked in his eyes. And I know a lot of people might think PD's a prick. But I met him. And I had coffee with him. Yeah, he can be a cunt on YouTube because he doesn't give a fuck. But he also learnt me something, believe it or not. And sometimes you can even learn from your enemies, your allies, or whatever. And at the time, he was a fucking enemy. So he told the whole of YouTube while my kids were in the cesspit one night. I used to go on there every night. And it used to be a good bit of laugh. And it's like then people start calling each other out. You know. Of course I am. What a stupid question. You bet your bollocks I am. Hey, if I'm still alive, no problem. You know. Like I said, yeah, Luke, that wouldn't be a problem, bro. You know, you'd be welcomed and with open arms. You know, like I said, guys, I have people that live in Ballyfermot that watch me on a regular basis, and they'll tell you, here, see Jude? Jude was the first one to fuck up. Out of all me mates, and Jude never told on anyone. 6 of his mates, allegedly. I got 1,000, fuck it here. I had 1,000 ecstasy and I distributed them allegedly between 6 of me mates, and me mates fucking ate them. They fucking ate them. What am I meant to say to the baker? I haven't got your fucking money? Because you know the baker is going to say, see you cunt. This is on you. You want to be one of the boys, don't you? Now look at you. Come here, you fucking... Do you understand? And that's the end of it. And some of these lads I was terrified of, but they learnt me the biggest lesson in my life. You know, when they saved me life, because if I had been still living in Cherry Orchard, I would have been in prison out, and me 2 little brothers as well. Like loads of my mates and our little brothers and our big brothers go on to be some of the biggest fucking villains in our city. That's the whole city. Ballyfermot gets a bad reputation and always has. My mother was born and raised in Ballyfermot, just like all my uncles. And some of them are real tough guys, allegedly. You know, but where we're from, you be humble and noble. I don't have to come on here and tell you I'm as good at golf as Danny G is, and I'm shit at golf. Here, I'll get onto that in a minute, yeah? But, exactly. Yeah, of course they did. Fucking right they did, right? And here, Luke, have a guess who texted me a few weeks ago? Gary Flynn. You know, he was there the night in G1 where Eric Rocket took them things on me, allegedly. And Luke, there was like fucking 6 of them around me. You see, because like I said, as you know, the week before, somebody was found to be selling in the nightclub. And look, I was just there to do a job. I was a kid. I was 15-year-old. And all the big lads from the Red Wall, they fucking knew me. And at the time, I wanted them to know me. I wanted to be one of them boys. I wanted to go from sitting on my corner to sitting at the Red Wall with the men. Neanderthal behaviour. It's like pack mentality. It's like a bunch of hyenas. You know, and yeah, I don't want to be around that shit. My mates let me down, and 3 of them have come on this channel and apologised to me. So the other 3, listen, I don't need an apology. All I need you is to fill in a couple of blanks. So Gary Flynn texted me, Luke, and he said to me, Jewett, this is my girlfriend's channel, or this is my girlfriend's Facebook. I have a YouTube channel, I've been watching you. He said, and I heard you telling the story about the night me and you were up in Fisborough, bro. He said, I just come in your live. He said, and I heard you mention my name. He said, and he said, like that night, I said, can you remember that night? And he said, bro, are you serious? I remember everything. I said, well, would you come on here and talk about it? He said, fucking right. So I said, why not? You know, listen, I don't care what you think of me. I used to be a bad person, okay? I went to prison for drugs and for violence. And I'm not a tough guy, a hard man, nor a fighting man. I can have a go. Like, I'm 50 years old. Fighting's for young men. You know, I carry myself a certain way, okay? You know, and quit your jibber jabber. I was in one of the most dangerous prisons in Ireland, and 95% of the fucking guests wanted me dead. All because I worked in a nightclub called the Asylum, and a certain family at the time, two families, one belongs to a big church, and the other has something to do with separatists. You know what that big fella is called? What do you call him, Luke? Hey, the big white fella that looks like Mr. Marshmallow or Ghostbusters. He used to be up at Sempre. What's it called? Mitchell and Man. I'm stood in a nightclub and someone comes over to me and goes, hey mate, you want to buy any yolks? I said, you what? He said, you want to buy any ecstasy? I said, many have you got? He said, many do you want? I give someone a nod and I said, all them. You what? Next of all, my guard dog dragged this fella into the toilet with a few others, and his stuff was taken off him and he was thrown out. But what we didn't know was at the time was this fella was a somebody, right? He belonged to one of the biggest, roughest families in the city centre, I reckon. And it's like, listen, that's my nephew. You put your hands on him here. We're sending people to that location soon. And that's what happened. Like, this guy come into the nightclub, and at the time there was rules, and nobody from any other part of the city other than Ballyfermot was supposed to sell in this nightclub. And listen, I was terrified of a couple of these lads, so I just did as I'm told. You know, they used me because they knew I wasn't afraid. You know, and I could handle myself too. You know, so the geezer who was with me that night, he's gonna come on me channel one of the nights. Luke, I'm gonna bring Gary on and I'm gonna get him to tell you about that night, because there's no point in me telling you because I forget half of it. Do you understand? But that night, me and him took a beating off one of the biggest families in town. They took all our money like we did their nephew the week before. You know, and I mean, we got bet. They beat our ass. I mean, coming out with blood coming from your eye, your nose, and your mouth. You know, I had a big fuck off laceration in my tongue, man. I was hit that hard by this geezer. Like, right on the jaw, man. This geezer laid me out. Bang! It's like, I'm like, fucking hell, man. That shook me. Next of all, I know I'm fucked, right? So this geezer will come on tonight, not tonight, sorry. This geezer's gonna come on and tell you about it. Now, I've had a couple of lads on that know a bit about the dance scene and what have you back home, but I'll get this fella to come on and we'll talk about the night we went up there. Now, I knew I was walking into a shit storm, but I was 15 years old. Off me head on Disco Biscuits. Who wants to go up to G1? I'll go. Put your fucking hand down. And here, some of the toughest guys in Ballier got asked to go up that night, and Gary Flynn is my witness. And I could name 5 of them here that you tell the world you are so hard, but here, you weren't hard that night, were you? Hey, shout out to the 5 people in Ballier that are tough guys back then. Hey, yous are so tough, yeah, but you let a teenager go up. You sent me because you weren't men enough to do it. Now, how about fucking that? And Gary Flynn, if Gary Flynn wants to name people and say, well, here, this particular night there was A, B, C, D, E, and F, here, that's nothing to do with me. My boss is dead and my guard dog is dead. So, yeah. But, like I said, it was crazy back then. You know, it's like, I was part of something allegedly, right? And at the time I was working in a butcher's, right, doing an apprenticeship. Payne's Butchers. Myself, Andrew Farrell, Jared Donahue. Yeah, there was a few of us, right? And I was doing an apprenticeship to be a butcher, right? After school, you know, because I wanted to do. My dad worked. Do you understand? You need a trade. You need to work. You know, you can't rely on other people to pay your bills. You know, even though you don't have bills when you're a kid here, you know, you fucking pay your own. But my dad said to me, as long as you're grateful, optimism will always be sustainable. Now, if you're not sub to Finn's channel, Ayrshire Chicks channel, or Got Manners' channel, can you do it? Because by the weekend, Raymond's hopefully going to be on his first 100. So is Lena, and Finn is definitely going to be on 200. And you know something? Out of the 3 channels, see Finn, don't ask me how, but he's got 80 subs in a week. Or nearly 10 days, 8 or 9 days, he's got 80 subs. My way works, right? I'm a small channel on here, and I'm surrounded by 50 other channels that are all monetized, that charge you membership. And here, I can get you more subs than any of them cunts can. Look at Finn's channel. Listen, here, go look. In the last week, many subs he's got. My way works. If I ever do a live and I come off it and you see Finn live, if you see Lena live, if you see Got Manners live, can you go over and support them and say, fucking hello? Listen to me. All you need to do, you don't have to do, but these people are going to go on and help other people. When I first come on here, Pablo helped me with me mental health. And he wasn't afraid to tell me what he thought sometimes. And it's the same with a few people on here, and Luke as well. You know, I'm not very good at listening to other people. I listen to me missus and to me kids. But anyone outside me bubble, if you disrespect me straight away, I'm gonna go on the defense. I want your best format. Fuck off. Yeah. I won't even. I'll just. And now look what you made me do. Like I said, listen to me. So, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm a survivor of suicide. Do you know what it's like to want to kill yourself when you hear voices in your head telling you to end it? It'll all go away, Jude. Put a belt around your neck. 2 minutes, it's over. And I did that, and the fucking thing snapped. Never buy a Taiwan belt. Always get a Chinese one. Long story short, I'm a survivor of suicide. Survivor of thoughts of harming myself. Self-harming and what have you. And, you know, and I don't think like that anymore. Because if I had a succeeding, listen to me, I know I would have upset a couple of people, like me kids. That's who matter, you know, and that's how sick I was. Listen, Finn, Lena, and Raymond are all survivors of suicide. That's how strong they are. And every day after suicide is extra. Because once you kill yourself and you have children, it's going to destroy them. If you take your life, it's going to end your family's fucking life. You know, now, if I had a succeeding, I'd have leaving 3 children behind. And anybody that says it's the easy way out, here, have you ever laid on a railway line and know what time that train is due at. You know why? Because it was at the back of my house. And my dad used to keep coming to me in my dreams, telling me that I'm a fuck up. I'll always be a fuck up. I'm a failure. You know, he's ashamed of me. I lost his money. And he kept coming to me in my dreams. And I was like, I'm out of here. I can't live with this anymore. And Pablo caught me at the right time. You know, like I said, out of everyone you see, Pablo helped me get past 290,000. He planted a seed in my head, and I had to agree with him. I was gonna buy a Ducati. You know, it's a shame Stevie's not here anymore. He'd have told you at the time. That's what my intention was, because at the time I had a mod called Stevie Billings, and he was a great mod. Uh, but he was mad into fucking bikes, you know what I mean? And I think he went to the Isle of Man a couple of times. He was mad into his bikes and shit like that, you know. And it's like I was after having a few crashes and what have you. And Pablo, Chopper, and Stevie, bro, you're gonna end up fucking really hurting yourself. Now, like I said, I'm not on here to argue with any channel. I don't care if anybody fights outside my life. Just don't bring it in here. Okay? Because you're not going to hinder my progress. Nobody is bigger than this channel, not even me. You see, this isn't about me. I'm going to give people a couple of tips that, listen to me, okay, tell you what, I'll put it another way, yeah? I've got 2,500 subs in a year, and I can prove it. Without doing panels every night, without sucking people's balls. Here, you love me truly. Well, how about here, play with me ghoulie? I don't believe that. It's like, I've researched 50 channels in our community, and every one of them charges from 99p to £5 a month, and they don't give a cunt about you. They don't even share your channel. Now here, this has always been about principle. Go look at my community page. Look how much I've made the last 6 months on YouTube. You see, this has always been about principle for me. If you want to send me a prop, knock yourself out. But for now, I have this little mission, which is Operation Full Send in effect. And I am taking affirmative action, and that's why Finn, Lena and Raymond, them 3 channels there. Once Lena, Raymond and Finn, once Finn gets past 200, once Raymond hits his 400, once Lena hits her 400, then I'll concentrate on 3 more of me mods' channels. But I need a few content creators to help me. I can't do this on my own. And listen to me, you can call me all the fucking names you want, insult me, call me this, call me that, but here, how about this? Are you charging people membership fees on here? Yeah, you fucking are. So you've no business. You couldn't lace my fucking shoes. Do you understand? This has been about principle for me. Pablo stopped me from killing myself. You know why? Because he kept coming to me, telling me how ashamed of me he was. Telling me how much of a fuck up I was. Telling me I fucked up the dream. You see, I was supposed to be living in Spain right now. But because of alcohol, it fucked me up. Not me. It lost me £290,000 of my dad's money, which was meant to be spent on a house and a boat. I'd have taken the rest. Yeah, and we weren't just going fishing for fucking oysters and clams and crabs and lobster. It's Spain done. Alcohol fucked that up for me because of other people's decisions. I didn't lose it. Me mother lost it. You see, Luke, me ma couldn't even send a text message. Long story short, before me dad died, me ma knew a PIN number of the card. She couldn't send a text message on a phone. My dad did everything for her. And when me dad died, instead of leaving the money in the fucking bank, she took it out. and 4 payments were missed. He terminated the policy. Luke, 31 years he was paying it for, right? If me dad died, I'd have gotten 170, and when me ma died, I'd have gotten 120. With Irish Labour, I rang them the day he died. I said, love, I'm going to send you me dad's death cert, what have you? She said, love, your policy's been terminated. I said, you fucking what? She said, we sent 4 letters out, love. It's all on file. I said, is there any way I can pay the €640? She said, love, I just work here. I feel for you. So for the sake of £640, I lost 290 bags of me daddy's money that he paid for 31 years. And that's another one I had to fucking slide. Just let it go, Jude. How do you let that go? But see, Pablo helped me, so he doesn't come, hey Tim, he doesn't come to me in my dreams anymore, but I've got complex post-traumatic stress disorder and I see things on videos. Every time I hear an ambulance or a fire brigade, I'm triggered. But I have coping strategies. Listen, this illness isn't going to kill me. I'll die on my knees in agony before I try end my life again. Now, I know, bro, I smoke too much. You're not wrong. You ain't wrong about that either. Now, listen to me. So, I'm going to be honest with you. So I've had a fucked up life. But I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim. There's people out there that have had worse, more fucking shit happen to them. You know, it's just unfortunate that my mental health started at 4. You know, my brother's coming to me in dreams on fire, and my sister without a face, because I was burnt. You know, sad. And I was down with my brothers today, and I said, you know what, bro? You know, what happened in 1979, it'll never go away, but I learned how to deal with it, and not deal with it, but how to cope with it. You know, like it broke my mother. My mother left us for 5 minutes to go down to get nappies. We lived in Fatima Mansions in the same block the shop farm was. By the time she got back up the stairs, the house was blazing, and I lost my brother and sister that day. So up until 3 years ago, I started learning how to forgive myself. I was only a baby, you know, but it destroyed me. You know. But like I said, yeah, where's my Dan gone? Listen, there's people out there that have had a lot worse than me, you know. Like I said, I look at him every day. I did that in 1979, and God took him away. And then for 20 years, he used to come to me on fire, with his lovely, beautiful little face on fire, calling me, saying, brother, open the door. Jude, open the door. I can't open the fucking door, can I? And the rest is history. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. This illness will not define me. Listen, yeah, I've been shot, I've been stabbed. Allegedly, I've shot back. I've robbed people. And I used to sell drugs, allegedly. I was a bad person. But it wasn't the drugs or the alcohol. Wasn't really into the alcohol, but it was me. I've been a crackhead, a smackhead, if you want to call it that. Now, I've relapsed on cocaine many times. Now, when it comes to heroin, we're coming up to 31 years. Nearly. About 30. Who's counting, what? But like I said, every day I wake up, I'm a big boy now, so every day I trigger myself purposely. There you go. That's what my strength is right there. And my strength is going to help Lena. My passion is going to help Finn. And my promise is going to help Raymond. If you're not sub to Tim Leeds, guys, could you go and do it? He's a great fucking guy. I like Tim. I've a lot of love for Tim. I was gonna say I love you like my bitch, but I'm not allowed. My missus will kill me. But listen to me. Like I said, this is Operation Full Send, and every 28 days, all you can do is try. Listen, I'm one channel out of a lot of channels. Tim, I did a bit of research, and I researched 50 channels in our circle on YouTube, which is like 25%. YouTube's a massive platform. I've got a small channel, okay? Now, if I can get 2,500 subs in a year, I'm going to teach and mentor a couple of younger people like Finn, Lena, Raymond. Raymond's probably my age. And like I said, education is power. Awareness is power. You see, I learnt myself about this disease, not just mine. My brother has bipolar, and the other one's a schizophrenic. My mother was a coping schizophrenic, so there's a hat trick. Listen, fucking sure, making me violent. But like I said, guys, listen to me. See Tim. Tim used to make my logos for my channel, and I reached out to Tim and I says, Tim, I have 3 people who I believe in, who I believe are going to help the YouTube community. Is there any chance you could help me and make me 3 logos for 3 special people that I care about? 3 people that have opened up to me on Instagram or Facebook Messenger and told me a bit about their story. And I'm a survivor of suicide, and I don't believe in coincidence. I believe I'm where I'm supposed to be. And Raymond made a video a few weeks ago, and I posted it on my Facebook. And you know what? All my family and mates. And in the video, Raymond says, all right, Jude, guys, if you're not sub to Jude's channel, could you go and do it? He's a good guy and saved my life. I was about to kill myself, and he come into my life, and I caught him, just like Pablo caught me. You know, and I put Raymond in touch with a few other YouTubers. We were in a few groups. Well, Tim, God bless you. And like I said, Lena, Raymond, and Finn, they didn't really know. It's a surprise for them, right? And what I'm going to do is, when Tim does these logos for Lena's channel, listen, I believe in these channels. Listen, again, this isn't about money. I don't make money off YouTube. If you want to send me a prop for my channel, do it. If you want to buy me a coffee, you're welcome. But because of the channel I have, and I reach a certain audience, I truly believe that once Finn gets over 200, Ray and Lena get their first 100, they have their little channel there. How are you, Christine? Thomas is fine. He's 1 tomorrow. But guys, listen, I'm going to have to go. It's a lovely day out. Me and my son are going fishing tonight. Little Tom is going to catch his first fish tonight. Hopefully live on YouTube. And Jerry, don't come in the fucking channel. Just for tonight. Now, I have a mission. And it's like Operation Full Send. Affirmative action. And the only way people's channels, listen, your channel might grow without my help, but listen, with me as your fucking wingman, I will help you. And here, yous are going to go on to save someone's life. Lena put her trust in me. Finn put his trust in me, and Raymond put their trust in me and told me that they're survivors of suicide. And because of my lives, I've saved their life. Lena has told me I saved her life. Raymond has told me I've saved his life. And Finn basically has told me the fucking same. So if I can help 3 people in 28 days get 100 subs or more, well, then that's the road we're going down. And you go look, none of these 3 people pay me membership. Their friendship is more important than fucking money. Because you see, Finn, I'll tell you what, he's a heart of fucking gold. He's one of our own. And it's like, Finn is supporting part of the community. Now, I'll give you a clear example, right? I think Lee Marvin Hitchman is coming up to see me tonight with Kira. Lee, I'm supposed to be going fishing with me lad tonight. But like I said, if you're still going to roll up, you're welcome. Lee Marvin Hitchman's coming for coffee tonight. I might even drag Lee out on the canal and fuck him in. Nah, listen, Lee'd grab me and shake me. I remember the last time he come and I was slagging Dougie Joyce and he got me in the headlock, man. And here, he wasn't even cranking it. And here, if you've not bought this book, Born in Prison, could you go and do it? A good friend of mine, it's like, Lee lives in this city a long time. And he knows me. He knows my family. He knows the other side of me family. Me nephews, me Muslim nephews. There's loads of them. They're good lads. But Lee knows everybody, right? Now, Lee also knows there's a lot of gypsies on my community that respect me, that have seen me blast people. Now, the only reason I had to do it was, it's called due diligence. You fucking threaten my brother, mate, and I'll take your fucking head off. Kind of situation there. But like I said, I'm not here to fight. I'm on here to fight. I am on here to fight for 3 reasons. Finn, Lena and Raymond. Because Raymond told me he was going to fucking end his life. And I saved his life. Now Raymond is going to save someone's life one day. And he's going to have the same feeling inside, satisfaction. Lena Ayrshire chick. She's from Scotland. She's Protestant. And if any is give her stick, you're out. Now, this is a team building exercise, and this is what it is. If I can get 2,500 subs in a year, I'm going to try help a few people this year get a few extra subs. If you ever see me live, and then I finish, normally Finn will do a live. Raymond has started making videos the last few fucking weeks, and it's like watching a flower grow. And Raymond, I think, is a couple of years older than me, but this isn't about age. This is about respect and knowledge and education and awareness. And if you're a survivor of suicide, this isn't a coincidence that I start talking to Lena, Finn, and fucking Raymond. And all 4 of us wanted to be off this planet and survived it. You know what it's like when you have thoughts in your head that you want to take your life all the time. What do? How do you get past that? You know, but when you speak about it to others and you have an audience, and now Finn, Raymond and Lena are going to have their own audience. Lena is a lady. She's like my little sister, and I'll always be grateful to her because she was the first member of my fucking channel. You know, and I didn't even have to ask her. I wasn't even fucking monetized. And she said, Jude, I'm going to be your first member. And I told her, listen to me, you've told me your story. You're more important to me. Take your money back. Here, listen to me. This is about principle, yeah? And I know with my help, I'm going to help save someone else's life because I'm going to give Finn, Lena, and you're not just on your channel. Never, I'll help your channel grow and I'll plant a seed in your fucking head. How about this for a seed? If you hurt yourself, right, you know the people that love you are getting a knock on the fucking door, yeah? And you're going to see a copper. If you ever see a copper at your door doing that, someone belonged to you is dead. I couldn't talk to my brothers about fucking suicide because it was the older brother. And he always looked to me fucking to protect them because I allegedly had some fucking stupid reputation when I was a junkie. Do you understand? You know, I was a bad guy back then, but I've learned. I've went from a bad guy to a good guy. You know, I got tortured in Cherry Orchard. I never told on anyone, you see. Jude's welcome back home, but the only time I'll be in Ireland is when I'm dead. Yeah. But all jokes aside, listen to me, yeah? I truly believe that Finn has something. You know, I can see the goodness in him. It's like he's very articulate. I love the way he speaks about certain things, and he's younger than me. Finn's young enough to be my son. You know, I have a son 30, Finn is 36. My son went to uni and got a psychology degree. Then went on to help a city get funding. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's a ripple effect. Trigger warning. So, many years ago, I could not look at these pictures because it triggered me, right? Hey, like I said, none of you could live in my head. Imagine lighting a fire when you were a kid. Just plant the seed in your head a minute. Imagine you lit a fire as a kid and you got out and see his little beautiful face got burnt off him. And I've had to live with that. I've had to live with watching one of my mates die in my arms. Coming to England, losing 20 friends. All because he wanted to be the man. All because he wanted to be a Don. All because they have a fucking nickname, right? And you know what? You see, a third of the people up in Cherry Orchard, I give them the fucking nickname. How about that? Now, before I go, what I'm going to say is, like I said, I used to be a thug, a criminal, a bad guy. It's like, and God give me a second chance, so I'm going to use it to try help a few channels. If you're not sub to Finn's channel, got manners, go do it. Lee Marvin Hitchman, if you come over here tonight, I have a favour to ask of you. I have 3 friends who are survivors of suicide, and they're going to help somebody save their life. They're going to save other people's life, so you're a big YouTuber. I'll promote your book till I'm blue in the face, to the point where my mods have been buying your book. So I'm going to ask Lee to share a few people's channels tonight. Okay. And without content creators' help, I can't do this on my own. No, Got Manners is a different fella, Luke. He's from Birmingham, Brum. His name is Raymond. And like I said, listen to me. Finn, Lena and Raymond are part of my team. Team Survivor. Yeah. With a fucking crossbow and a shield next to your fucking name. Are you an SOB? And I'd like my mods, just as a little sign of respect, anybody who's got a spanner in my life, could you put a crossbow and a shield next to it? And if anyone comes in my life and disrespects me or any guest, I would like you to put an arrow in their fucking neck. Don't fucking test my patience. Now, like I said, tonight I'm going fishing with my son. And tomorrow he is 1. Today he tried to walk, even tried to run. I had him in my hand. And this weekend he's going to be walking on sand. Yeah. So thanks everyone for coming in. And like I said here, Lena, Raymond and Finn are friends. And the survivors of suicide ideology, you know, and I caught them at the right time. I planted a seed in Lena's head of a policeman knocking at her door. That's one seed. I planted another one in Raymond's head, and here, you see the way they're on certain subs, I'm going to give them a strategy that I used. It's called sub stealing. And here, I'll prove to you that I care about you. This has always been about principle, okay? So that's why every 28 days, as long as I'm alive, I'll share these 3 people's channels. And I'm going to ask a few content creators to do it. And I've also got somebody else to make logos for these 3 people's channels. And they don't even know it yet, but I guarantee you when they see it, they're going to be over the mill. Now you have your channel. There you go. There's a little start. And I didn't do this. Tim did it. And if you're not sub to Tim Leeds, guys, could you go and do it? Because do you know what? I reached out and I asked them, and not a fucking bothered dude. Tim used to make logos for my channel. So I've reached out to Tim and asked him to make 3 more for 3 channels I believe in. And here, every 28 days, I'm going to select 3 of me mods that I believe could have a channel, and I'm going to help them get to their first 100, their first 2, their first 3, wherever it may be. We will see. Okay, anyway, I love ye. No, I love you truly, but I also love my ghoulie. I am the Riddler, not the fiddler. Skill's always been in session. I'm a certified psychopath. I can help you with your aggression. I used to sit here effing jeffing and stressing. 93 evaluations. I can help you call it a blessing. And every week, you keep looking at them 3 people's subs going up to keep you guessing. Anyway, we out. And I'll see you all later. And I'm not messing. Get up. Anyway, I'd like all my mods if you could do me the courtesy from tonight or this afternoon. If you're a spanner on my channel, could you do me a big favour? Could you put a little crossbow and a shield next to it? And a number. Like I said, you've got 3 coping strategies. Every day you wake up, give yourself a number between 1 and 10, okay? Yeah. And number 2, if you have panic attacks, listen to me. Or if someone around you is having a panic attack, you need them to believe they're in God's garden. Okay? Smell them roses, hectares of roses. Pretend you're having your birthday in heaven with all your dead mates. Blow out the candles. How about that? Now, I'll hold my hands up. I've been a fucking wanker the last few months. It's like I did things that I shouldn't be doing. I broke the fucking rules. You know, and sometimes you have to hold your hands up. I'm not perfect. You know, I'm just glad Luke's back on board. You know, because like I said, me and Luke fell out during one of the worst weeks of my life. I seen my mother in my bedroom, and it's like, I know that sounds crazy and shit like that, and I know a lot of people, because of my mental health, that say, oh, it's because of the medication. Listen to me, okay? I seen my mother in my room looking at my fucking 1-year-old son, and she didn't even bring a tin of biscuits. Jude McDonald is on him too. Well, like I said, Luke, every fucking day is extra after suicide, and the fact that Lena opened up to me and told me, Raymond opened up to me and told me, and even Finn. And like I said, Finn's nearly on his first 200. Lena and Raymond are trying to get to that first 100. So if you don't mind, if you're sub to my channel, even if you have a backup channel, these guys are good people, right? And Lena is going to open her own channel, and she's going to start doing StreamYards, and women who were afraid to talk about mental health and suicide are going to come forward. They're going to come on your channel, and Lena is going to save a few women's lives. And I believe Raymond, and listen, Finn, like I said, is like, you can even call him an apprentice, because I'm his mentor and he listens to me, and my way works on, if I can get you a few extra subs without charging you, that's where my payment comes from. That's where the nourishment is, because Finn is nearly on 200, and he's not just a YouTuber, he's also a gamer. I'll tell you another thing. You see Lena, go over and check our community page out, leave a few comments if you ever see her live. Please, guys, it's the only way this is going to work. Listen to me. Like I said, 2,500 subs in a fucking year. I used to be a proper prick. And even when I was on the cesspit, I was an even bigger prick. But it's the first one to jump off that channel that I helped build. And go on, Matt, you call me a fucking liar. Please. But like I said, it was toxic and I jumped off it because Hector was calling out people in Manchester that were in the same gym as me and me brothers a long time ago. But like I said here, I'm not a tough man, a hard man, or a fighting man. I'll tell you one thing I'm not either. I'm not good at golf, but I know one thing, I'd beat Danny G any day. Bro, why is it, if you had an A handicap, this is what I don't get, I am shit at golf, right? Now, if I done 18 holes with you now, a 5, I'd probably do it in 7. This is how bad I am at golf. But bro, listen to me, yeah? If you keep talking jibber jabber, talking about Valhalla and shit like that, listen to me, bro, my hands are fucked, yeah? But if you got in a fight with someone, you're not going to bitch about your hands, or I play golf, yeah, and you're shit at it. But anyway, listen, I'm going to go. I'll be back on later on, but like I said, guys, yous have mental health issues, right? And do you know how hard it is to speak about it? And then when you find like rough diamonds and you just shine, polish them a little bit, you know, like I said, I'm just encouraging a few people that are sub to my channel to go and sub to these 3 individuals, because again, they're gonna help people on YouTube. And even if they do fucking charges, it's like, you know what I mean? That's up to them. You know, this has always been about principle, because someone stole the channel off me a few years ago called Foxy. But I want to thank you, because you helped me too. You know, you help motivate me. You know, when someone tells me that I can't do something or I can't, I'll go out my way. And tonight, Lee Marvin Hitchman's coming over for coffee. Okay. He's been on Sean Atwood, James English, Lad Bible, and guess what? I'm going to ask them tonight to help Finn, Lena, and Raymond. And if you've not bought this book, Born in Prison, can you go and do it? My G, my fucking friend, my Don. Lee Marvin Hitchman, Born in Prison, and my man texted me before and he said, Jude, I'm going to roll up tonight. So if Lee comes tonight, I'm going to ask him to do me a favour. I'm going to ask him to share Finn's channel, Lena's channel, and Raymond's channel. You know why? 3 of them have bought the book. Okay? Now, this is how you support your fellow YouTubers. Lee Marvin Hitchman has not asked me to do it. I've promoted his book since it come out. So I'm going to ask Lee tonight to do me a favour. That's how it works on here. And here, we'll see if my way works right. Yeah. You know, I'm doing this for the Irish. But there's a Scottish woman, a lady, and an Englishman, a gentleman. And maybe tonight, we'll have Lee Marvin Hitchman in the building. Now, it's not a guarantee. He texted me and said, Jude, I'm coming tonight. I said, bro, don't fuck with me because I'm going fishing. So, I might have to cancel fishing. So, Lee, like I said, I'll be in tonight, bro. You know, I even got biscuits for the tea. I even got sandwich meat in. You know, I even bought the real mayo rather than the cheap one, right? So, I'll have a couple of sandwiches. And then we will have a man talk like we do every time we meet. You know. So, like I said, I don't need to do this, but I believe in Lena. I believe in Ryan. I believe in Finn. And here, we'll see in 28 days does my way work. What? Fuck off, we out. We out!